The earth we live on is incredibly beautiful. Beautiful forests, beautiful seas, even its deserts are beautiful. But the earth has not always been like this. 20,000 years ago, the earth was completely covered in ice and looked like a giant ice ball, with no land visible. That time was called the Ice Age or the last glacial maximum. The earth has changed its state many times. In the last million years, the earth has entered an ice age about 10 times. During this period, ice was not only in the north and south poles, but spread across the entire planet. Now let's go back to 94 million years ago, when there was not ice, and sea levels were 70 meters higher than they are now. Even the north and south poles had no ice. Now, 700 million years ago, the earth was completely frozen, with no water and land visible, and it was known as the snowball earth. Now, why do you think the earth is so moody? One day it's frozen, the next day is full of water. All these changes are related to carbon dioxide. The rise and fall of carbon dioxide level caused this shift. Volcanoes, the population of plants and animals, and rain all influence the percentage of carbon dioxide. However, all this change happened over millions of years. In the past million years, carbon dioxide level has been lower, leading to this climate change, which are largely due to the Earth's axis. Sometimes the Earth is closer to the Sun, and other times it's farther than away. This approach and retreat from the Sun doesn't happen overnight. It takes thousands of years. In fact, it happens roughly every 100,000 years. When the Earth's axis is the farthest point from the Sun, the Ice Age begins. The Earth no longer experiences warmth, and it takes thousands of years for this period to end. Once this age starts, ice expands day by day. The cold of the night produces ice, and the warmth of the day is not strong enough to melt anything, so the ice becomes thicker and more widespread over time. Even in summer, this process continues because the ice cannot melt during the warmer months. Each year, the thickness of the ice increases until it eventually covers all the land on Earth. One the reason the sun it cannot overcover the ice is the whiteness of the ice itself, which reflects the heat instead of absorbing it. As a result, the heat is bounced back, preventing it from reaching the surface. This causes carbon dioxide levels to drop to their lowest point, sinking into the ocean, which then freezes as well. And this is how icebergs in the ocean were formed, remaining from those ancient times. These events continued until about 20,000 years ago. Around that time, the Earth slowly began moving closer to the Sun, and its proximity caused this ice to start melting. As the ice melted, the water levels on the Earth rose, causing sea levels to increase by nearly 130 meters. At the same time, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere gradually increased until about 6,000 years ago. 6,000 years ago, the Earth reached its warmest state, but then slowly started cooling again. This cooling trend continued until about 150 years ago, when it stopped due to the Industrial Revolution. Human activity through the Industrial Revolution and its constant production of carbon dioxide prevented further cooling. Since 150 years ago, instead of cooling, the Earth has been warming, and the temperature has risen by 1 degree Celsius. Also, 1 degree may not seem like much. It's actually a significant increase. Scientists believe the amount of carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere is unprecedented in the last 800,000 years. They predict that by the year 2100, the Earth's temperature could rise by 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. This means that the world's major ice masses, such those in Antarctica and the Arctic, will melt, causing many areas to be submerged underwater. Over the next 1,000 years, sea levels are expected to rise by 10 meters, meaning cities like New York will be completely underwater. Currently, governments are trying to prevent further warming of the Earth. If they succeed, the planet could begin cooling again to the point where even the heat of summer won't be able to melt the ice, leading to another ice age that could last 4,000 years. People in the future, time might look back and envy the life we live today.